Kazakhstan and Iran are strengthening cooperation. The parties are set to sign an agreement on the legal assistance in civil matters. The draft agreement is open for the public debate until July 1st. According to Iranian lawyers, the agreement between the countries meets all international legal requirements. In view of close business relations between Kazakhstan and Iran, the document will allow avoiding controversies and will expand the scope of business deals. Countries conclude such agreements only if they have good political, economic and business relations. Iran and Kazakhstan established successful cooperation, and therefore we want to conclude this agreement. Based on the document, citizens can seek justice in courts of the two countries to protect their rights. The agreement will also promote the legal cooperation between the two countries. The agreement allows the citizens of one country, while in the territory of the other country, to have the opportunity to enjoy the protection of the individual and property rights. The agreement covers all branches of the legal system. When necessary, Kazakh citizens during the stay in Iran may be provided with the required consultation and assistance on civil, matrimonial, family, business, commercial and labor-related matters. The law enforcement authorities of the two countries will also share information and documents on civil actions. The agreement will allow our citizens to feel protected. The document will clearly outline the people's actions in problematic situations and instruct the people on where they should go, who can help them and which documents they require. The document will help regular people, but will be useful primarily for business people. Doing business will be safer and easier with the legal assistance from your country, hundreds of thousands of kilometers away. Therefore, the Kazakh citizens will have the right to address courts under the same conditions as the Iranian citizens. Moreover, unjustified delay in legal proceedings involving the Kazakh citizens will be unacceptable under the new agreement. Kazakhstan-made light bulbs will be exported to Latin America. An electrical equipment plant in Almaty region started selling its products to the new market. The LED manufacturer's output became so popular overseas that the plant had to open a branch office in Panama. The company has been manufacturing lighting products for household, industrial, street and office purposes since 2012. Last year, the plant produced electrical products worth almost 1 billion tenge. We sell our light bulbs to consumers in Latin America, Arab countries and Ghana. We also export our output to Central Asian republics such as Tajikistan, Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan, and our customers in the Commonwealth of Independent States. The profit earned at the plant is used to purchase new equipment, such as a cutting and grinding machine. The device is used to create fancy molds to cast items, such as metal lamps, refined candlesticks, and carved frames for lampshades. According to the factory workers, modern consumers attach great importance to the design and decoration of the electrical appliances. Patterned lamps decorated by a laser are also popular among consumers. All processes are controlled by two computers. One of them is located in the device and the other computer is used for drawings. We enter the measurements of a certain item. If we are making a cupboard, we need two elements, such as doors as well as side and upper boards. We draw the elements on the second computer and enter the data on the first computer. The enterprise managers are set to meet all the modern requirements in both quality and latest trends in decoration of the modern lighting devices in order to manufacture and sell competitive output. Astana is boosting its investment attractiveness. Foreign investments account for the fourth share of the total volume of investments. According to Astana authorities, last year investments grew by 6% and totaled more than 1 trillion tenge. The values are expected to continue growing this year. Sectors such as manufacturing, trade, services and health are among the promising industries in Astana. Officials also indicated that the share of small and medium businesses in Astana is the highest in Kazakhstan.
Астана – это город предпринимателей. Для динамичного
Astana is a city of entrepreneurs, which requires significant investments. There are 193 projects under development worth almost 3 trillion tenge, including 44 projects which involve foreign investors and transnational corporations. In the total volume of investments, 86%, which is a large number, is the contribution of small and medium businesses. Investments in Astana are majorly formed by private initiatives. Meanwhile, Kazakh officials offer various government support tools in Astana to support entrepreneurs. Last year, more than 1,000 enterprises received about 186 billion tenge as part of the Business Roadmap program. The number of businesses in Astana has increased by 20% over the past year. Kazakh government is actively introducing modern technologies in everyday life and is set to regulate their application. The government is working on a draft law on blockchain technology regulation. Experts believe that the introduction of the blockchain will benefit the society. For example, the Kazakh Ministry of Finance is planning to monitor the movement of goods across the border and public procurement using the blockchain. We will focus on 3 major developments, such as public services, SMS messages, and database, such as a real estate register implemented together with Government for Citizens Public Corporation. The blockchain technology is applicable in many sectors, such as finance, manufacturing, and art. Officials in Astana launched a pilot project on implementing blockchain technologies in land distribution auctions. This year, blockchain will also be applied to ensure transparency in formation of the waiting lists for kindergartens.
Гражданин подает заявление на своего ребенка встать в очередь в детский сад.
As part of the project, a block is created when citizens apply their children for the kindergarten's waiting list. The block is attached to the previous block and the previous is attached to the other. That is how a solid chain is formed, which allows us to ensure that the sequence of blocks will not be moved anyhow. A blockchain laboratory will be opened at the Astana Hub International Technology Park of IT startups. The government agencies, entrepreneurs, and regular citizens will have the opportunity to learn more about the new technology and its operation principles. The goals set at the Otan Party's Congress are aimed at supporting the Kazakh youth. Kazakh public figures, political experts, and teachers believe that the latest initiatives will encourage the youth to strive for new achievements. The 2030 program covers important social developments, including support for the young people and improvement of the Kazakh people's well-being.
Вы знаете, что глава государства всегда особое внимание обращает именно решению социальных проблем и вот вопросы, связанные с...
President Nazarbayev always pays great attention to the improvement of the social well-being, including the support for the youth, large families, disabled people, and pensioners. These target groups have been always prioritized by the party over the 20 years. I think that our program will be a great contribution to solving social challenges.
Наша программа станет большим вкладом в решении вот таких многих социальных проблем.
Очень хорошо то, что здесь отражены социально-экономические.
It is good that the program reflects social and economic reforms, which means that the work will be aimed at the social sector. The younger generation is also anticipating new beginnings.
В ожидании нового, интересного, созидающего.
Kazakhstan and France are actively cooperating in educational, scientific, and cultural sectors. The official launch of the second Abay Vernby Scholarship Program was held at the Institute Sorbona, Kazakhstan in Almaty. The scholarship will allow sophomore students to study in French universities. The project is being implemented as part of the agreement signed last year between Kazakhstan's Ministry of Education and Science and French Ministry of Europe and Foreign Affairs. The countries are implementing another joint educational project titled Make Our Planet Great Again. The project allows Kazakh master's students majoring in environmental protection and climate studies to continue their study in France.
Выпуск программы Abay Vern и особенно на на уровне докторантства очень важно, потому что
The launch of the Abai Vernvi Scholarship Program for graduate students is very important because it helps promote and enhance scientific cooperation between the Kazakh and French laboratories and universities. We offer 100 scholarships.
между нашими университетами. И у нас 100 стипендий.
According to the counselor of the French embassy will start a Francophone Spring Festival on March 1st. Francophone song concerts, cinema events and contests will be held in Shymkent, Oskimene, Kostanay, Astana, Almaty and other cities. The embassy is set to hold a wide range of cultural events within 2 months. The French embassy is also planning to hold a music celebration event, which was first held in France in 1983 and is marked in 120 countries. European Union's new strategy for Central Asia may be approved in May. The document will replace the previous strategy adopted in 2007. According to European Union's Special Representative for Central Asia, Peter Burian, the new strategy was developed as a result of profound developments which occurred in the region over the past 10 years. The new document will identify the main priorities of the EU and the Central Asian countries in areas such as economic development, labor market, freight transit, and education. The strategy will form the basis for preparation of the new financing budget, which the European Union will allocate for the region as grants between 2021 and 2027.
When speaking about the concrete implementation then of the strategy, first of all, it needs to be underpinned with a proper budget. Even the previous programs were already underpinned by a significant increase of money. When you compare the periods of the previous multi-annual indicative program until 2013 and the current one, 2014 until 2020, it was 50% increase.
According to Peter Burian, the strategy's main purpose is to ensure economic growth and benefits for both the European Union and the Central Asia. Moreover, the new document will cover the security matters in the region. Challenges such as illegal migration, drugs trafficking, and stability in Afghanistan will also be reflected in the new strategy. The strategy developers will also focus on developing cooperation in the educational sector of the region, including the Erasmus Plus program, for which the EU allocated 115 million euros.
We have a very efficient and well-working educational platform for our dialogue and experience sharing in building high standards and well-functioning educational systems. And we are pleased that your countries have chosen Bologna process and Bologna standards as a model. And I think this will allow us even closer cooperation between universities establishing branches.
Kyrgyzstan will take part in the international Ethnofestival, the Nomad Universe. The event will be held in Saudi Arabia between March 9th and 23rd. The festival will be attended by representatives of 95 countries. Kyrgyzstan's 100 best horsemen will go to Saudi Arabia with their horses. Demir Moldakulov is preparing for the festival together with his famous horse Susamir.
This
will be our first Ethnofestival in Saudi Arabia. We attended tournaments in neighboring countries but never went beyond. Both humans and horses are going through medical tests. We conducted blood tests for the horses 2 or 3 times and checked them for diseases. Traditional horse-mounted game Kokbar is becoming more popular in Central Asia and abroad. The World Nomad Games contributed to the promotion of the traditional nomad games. This year, the World Kokbar Championship will be held in Uzbekistan. The Uzbek sports officials decided to host the competition after Uzbekistan national team's successful performance at the World Nomad Games. Organizers say the international safety requirements will be observed at the competition.
Проведение международных соревнований будет использоваться не туша
At the World Cockbar Championship, where we use a dummy instead of the animal carcass, we repeatedly address using dummies at tournaments because we need to promote our favorite sport and make it popular and accessible. We worked on involving athletes from other countries into this sport. We have to keep up with the time. Cockbar should be safe both for riders and horses.
Он должен быть безопасен. Безопасен как для наездника, так и для лошади.
Torgai district in Kazakhstan provides profound information about the ancient civilizations such as Sarmatians and Saka, who used to live in the region in the past. Items found at the Sabah burial site in the district demonstrate the ancient history of the region. In 2017, archaeologists discovered 150 ancient items here, such as bronze arrowheads, daggers, ceramics, and more. According to scientists, the artifacts were used about 2,600 years ago. The findings were delivered to the museum.
2016 жылы бұл кісілер бізге
Archeologists delivered the first findings belonging to the Sarmatian era to our museum in 2016. Now they brought artifacts belonging to the Saka era. These exhibits are valuable for the entire nation. They will help us learn more about our history.
маңызы зор деп есептеймін.
According to archaeologists Akan Ongaruli, Torgai district is underexplored. Archaeologists continued excavations in 2018. At that time, researchers discovered gold earrings weighing 33 grams and bronze glass.
Археология жағынан Торғай өңірі енді ғана зерттеліп келе жатыр. Дегенмен де үлкен өркениеттердің бар екен.
The archaeological exploration of Torgai district started recently. It is known that a well-developed civilization lived here. These gold earrings were discovered during excavation in 2018. They demonstrate the impact of the two cultures, the Saka and the Sarmatian. They also reflect the Sarmatian culture. We can also see the Saka style here.
Сонымен қатар арнайы сақтардың да стилі бұл жерде сақталынған.
The excavations were initiated by the leader of the Trails of Nomads expedition, Sapar Iskakov, who delivered the findings to the museum.
Осыдан 3 жыл бұрын Торғай өңірінде біз қазба жұмыстарын бастадық.
We started excavation works in Torgai district 3 years ago. We discovered 4 burial sites with ancient artifacts in 3 of them. The items will allow the younger generation to learn more about the history of the land. Information gathered during the excavations will also be useful. President Nazarbayev wrote an article on the facets of the Great Steppe. One of the facets is our history and culture, which we should know and honor. Archaeologists believe that warriors and influential people were buried here judging by the items. During excavations, the researchers found out that the human remains were not intact. Scientists assumed that the burial sites were looted earlier. Nonetheless, scientists believe that further exploration of Torgai district will reveal more discoveries. National Museum of Kazakhstan held a Star Guide campaign to celebrate the International Tourist Guide Day. As part of the campaign, famous media personalities served as guides. Guides are known to provide valuable information for tourists. Their professionalism helps foreign tourists to learn more about the destination.
Говорят, что экскурсовод – это зеркало музея.
People say that guides reflect the image of museums. I would like to mention that guides demonstrate the assets of both museums and the country. When traveling to foreign countries, people always visit museums to learn about the country's culture and history. With this project, we wanted to show people how important this profession is.
До посетителей в целом, до людей, насколько важна эта профессия.
Honored worker of Kazakhstan, Leylo Beknazar Haninga serves as a guide in the Hall of Gold. The hall keeps unique valuable artifacts found on the territory of Kazakhstan, including golden items of the Scythian and Saka culture. The actress claims that being a guide is a responsible mission and is more difficult than acting in a play.
Мы узнаем, что наша история уходит в глубину веков. Этим оно интересно.
We learned that our history goes back in centuries, which is why it is interesting. There was a huge Saka civilization with developed medicine, astrology, and literature. The civilization actually had beautiful jewelry works and gold mining technologies. I am proud to be a guide today.
Они добывали золото. Я сегодня горда, что буду гидом.
As part of the campaign, other Kazakh celebrities also served as guides for the museum visitors. Organizers believe that the project will help raise the profile of professional guides in Kazakhstan.